When a friend asks me for a planner recommendation, the first thing I say is let's figure out if you are a daily, weekly, or monthly planner before we even start talking about layouts or planner brands. You might not realize it, but your mind naturally gravitates towards seeing time from a specific point of view. You've got a different zoom setting than everybody else around you. And once we figure that out, we'll jump into all the pretty planners. You might be surprised to know that I actually consider myself a monthly planner. Does that mean that I only use a monthly planner? No, but that means when I'm thinking about time and planning, the first place I look is my monthly planner. This is my ride or die. I cannot live without it. Basically, this is my wall calendar. So if you are someone who lives off looking at a monthly, it's the first thing you look at when planning anything, then you are probably a monthly planner. That doesn't mean you only use a monthly, but it means that's where your planning starts. Yesterday, my sister was in town for just a few hours at my house, and I actually asked her which type of planner she thought she was. And she said definitely weekly, that the first place she looks for her planning is a weekly layout. Now, that doesn't mean she doesn't use a monthly. It's just not where she zooms in to focus on time. When I'm zooming in to plan anything, it starts in a monthly. She said she starts on her weekly spread. She's just not looking at all the other weeks around and everything that's going on in order to plan something in her week. Whereas I really feel like I have to look at my whole month to know what is going on in not only the days before, but even the week before and possibly the week after, things outside of that week. If I was planning something on a Friday, I really feel like I need to know what's going on the Saturday, on the Sunday, and even the next couple days or the couple days leading up to it too. One way to think about it is when you have to go schedule an appointment or a date with a friend, where do you go to schedule that? My introvertness is like, I need to see everything going on in that month to know if I want to plan another social event. It can't just be zeroing in on my week because I feel like there's so much missing from this. Another question to ask yourself is where do you go to put your to-dos that pop in your head? Do you put them on a big monthly list or on a weekly list? Now, that won't always be the telltale sign. I tend to keep a weekly list and then just keep transferring things that need to go to the next week. So if you're like me and you do most of your planning in the monthly section, and then when you're planning out your week, you are always consulting your monthly, then I would say that you're a monthly planner. That still needs a weekly. That's why my monthly planner sits up on an acrylic easel on my desk right in front of my weekly planner so that I can always see the big month when I am looking at my week. That's why I can't use a monthly layout in my weekly planner. I can't be flipping and then flipping back and looking at my weeks. It's that important to me. I would say the majority of the people in the planner world all still use a weekly, the vast majority. But that doesn't mean that you're a weekly planner, that's first where your mind goes. One way for you to also figure this out is to go back and look at your past planners and see where you wrote in most of your events. You can get a feel for how you used it by looking at past planners, and you can zero in on what worked and what didn't work and figure out which spreads are the most important to you. So if you don't need to see the big overview of a monthly to plan anything, then you're probably going to be a weekly or a daily planner. Some people really just need their monthly for just like a big scope. They're not consulting it every time they plan something. Or I do know some people who just zero in on the day. Sure, you have a monthly planner to have all your big events on it, but they just really like to focus on each day, one day at a time, and take it that way. If you're a daily planner, you might not even need a weekly spread because you really just look at your monthly for appointments. And then you have every single day to determine your to-do list, your timed appointments, and maybe time blocking. Even though some daily planners nowadays have weekly spreads, I know there are people who don't use those at all, who really just zero in on the day and just checking their monthly for their big appointments. Now, why is it important to know which one of these you gravitate towards? Because that really helps you pick out the right planner for you. That helped me to know years ago that I needed to switch to a monthly notebook planner. I was using a wall calendar up to that point, and it had a lot of pain points in it for me because it's on the wall. And so I couldn't take it down easily and put it back up every time I was writing and changing events. And so I actually started using sticky notes on my wall calendar, right? So I could just stick on things for every day and take them off, but it still just felt very inaccessible to me. I I wasn't touching it every time. It wasn't in front of me. And I figured out that the monthly spread is the most important to me. And I needed something that I could flip from month to month, that I could write in with friction pen and constantly change, erase events, move them, and not only map out events in my planner, but just sometimes big things that needed to happen for the day. My monthly really keeps me on track. You can see by how well used mine is. So that pain point helped me figure out that a monthly was so important to me and why using a monthly in my weekly planner never worked for me. And honestly, for many years, I tried to use the monthly in my weekly planner. I was like, this is ridiculous that I need a wall calendar. At the time, I thought it's so much of a pain. I can't write on it, move things around. I need to just use it in my weekly. And I tried over and over for years. This was before I entered the planner world. And the flipping and not being able to see my month just never worked for me. So if you know you're a daily planner, then you know you're going to be looking at specifically daily planners. Then you can go into the nitty gritty and know if you want it to be bound or coiled, if you want to have a weekly layout spread in your daily planner, if that is important to you or not. If you know a weekly is the most important to you, then you probably know that you're going to need a pretty big weekly. And picking out which weekly layout is going to be crucial for you because you're a weekly planner and that's the most important thing to you. So really, all your other factors in the planner are not as important as the layout of your weekly. If you're a weekly planner, then you probably also know that a planner that has a small weekly spread where it's highlighting your monthly, like a Laurel Denise, is probably not for you. Like my sister told me, her weekly is her ride or die. This wouldn't work for her because she just wants to see 1 week at a time. She doesn't want to see the month with it, and she needs her week to have a lot of room. But if you're a monthly person like me, and you don't need much room on your week, then this could work for you. Also, if you're a monthly person, the Laurel Denise could work for you because you have a monthly list room. So you're not rewriting that list every single week, although there is space for a small to-do list on here. If any of these planners pique your interest, I have full videos for all of them on my channel. I have playlists divided out by daily, weekly, and monthly planners. I also have playlists divided out by company. You can also just type in the name of the planner that you want to see into my channel search bar. I also have discount codes on every single planner in this video, I think, and those are all down below in the description, as well as my affiliate links. If my videos have helped you or entertained you and you're not already supporting another creator, I would be so grateful if you considered using my affiliate links when you make a purchase. It's a huge part of how I keep this channel going for you. Another option is if you're a monthly only and you just need big boxes and you really do not even need a weekly spread, then you might want to consider the Laurel Denise 4-column planner. It used to be called the Project Planner, where you get your whole month on one page and then room for all different kinds of lists for the month, divided up into categories as well as habit trackers, but no weeks. If you don't need to see those weekly spreads, you just need the to-dos and the big picture, then the 4-column project planner from Laurel Denise might be for you. Another thing to consider is if you're a monthly planner and you don't need much weekly room and you want to do something portable, then you might just need your ride or die monthly like notebook planner. Several companies make this. You guys, I have all my top 5 videos that I do at the end of every year. I have top 5 monthlies, top 5 daily planners, top 5 weekly planners. If you're new to my channel, you'll want to start there. That will recap the best of the best for you. So you might just need a monthly. This is my monthly Ashley Shelley notebook planner with a very small weekly like this Katie Daisy from Amazon. If you just need a small portable weekly because monthly is where you're at, this could work, as well as so many other Amazon planners. I've done a whole budget planner video and this was in it. Amazon has some really great budget planners. If you don't need nor want a luxury planner, you just need a small weekly once again to go along with your monthly because you are a monthly planner. These are the things to think through because if not, you will hit pain points in your planning if you don't know which layout is the most important to you. To wrap us up, I'll show you what I use. My monthly planner is my ride or die up there on my easel. In front of that is my Laurel Denise collab planner that I got to make with Laurel Denise. This was also a collab with Ashley Shelley. I'm so lucky to have been able to make these collabs with these amazing planner owners. But this weekly is what I use with my monthly. And I don't use the monthlies in my weekly planner at all. And then for dailies, I just make a daily list in a notebook. I look at my weekly and I go off my to-do list and I just make daily to-do lists based on that. Right now, I'm doing my daily to-do list in a Planner Perfect notebook and a Planner Perfect leather, but a lot of times it's just in a little spiral notebook, about an A5 size. That seems like my sweet spot for my daily notebook. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a spiral. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a book bound for my daily so I can see 2 pages at once, because I tend to like 2 pages for my daily list. I have a whole daily triage method way of listing out my daily list to prioritize it, and that's why I like a 2-page spread. So that's what I'm in right now, but I could use any notebook for my daily planner, and I could make a lot of weeklies work for me, but having one that I got to design with Laurel for my preferences is pretty awesome. But I can tell you that I cannot live without this monthly, something just like this Sewn monthly notebook planner that I pull off and on the easel on my desk constantly, at least 1 to 10 times a day. This gets pulled off my desk to plan something either in that month or ahead. If you want to know more about my personal planning, I do quarterly stack planner updates. I hope that this video has helped you to see how you like to view your time when you're planning. And maybe it'll just help you to use your planner in a different way. Like you might stop using your monthly spreads in your weekly planner. Or maybe it will let you know that the next planner you buy needs to be a completely different one and you'll have less pain points in your planning. Let me know down in the comments if you think you're a daily, weekly, or monthly planner. Once again, that doesn't mean you don't use any of the other ones. It just means which way does your brain prefer to think about time when you're planning. All right, everybody, let's take a deep breath in. The deepest breath you've taken all day. You know the drill. Let it all out slowly. Let that exhale be longer than the inhale. Take another one while I talk to you. It's beautiful and green outside here today, but it's also sweltering hot in North Texas and very humid. Nonetheless, I am grateful for every season, because isn't it a blessing when seasons change? It gives us new life, it gives us new perspective, and being out in nature is healing. If you haven't gotten outside recently, go outside, look up at the leaves, listen to them swaying in the wind. We don't get to hear that in the winter. So enjoy those summer sounds, whether you're in Texas and you hear cicadas, which honestly can be pretty annoying, or if you're out in the morning and you hear the birds singing to you. Enjoy it all, whatever season you're in of life or the time of year. Take another deep breath, you guys. I'm telling you, it always makes me feel better when we take those concentrated breaths and exhale them longer. Everything is going to be okay, no matter what's going on. Have faith, be positive. You've got this. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.